guys, welcome to today's Big Brother Canada updates and spoilers. Our house guest of the day is Catherine B. What up, girl? Hope you're enjoying the season so far. If you guys want to be house guest of the day, check out our Patreon page. The link is in the information box. Alright, so yesterday when we left off, they were competing in the Have Not competition. I don't know what the competition was, but our have-nots, our first have-nots of the season are Shari, Lavita, Cassandra, and Joel. Oh. So anyway, they're going to be eating slop this week, and they're going to be sleeping in the wedding chapel room, but we'll have more on that later. We'll meaning I'll. Okay. Gotta get those words right. Okay, so Ramsey and Jared were discussing upcoming nominations, and before I get into this conversation, I just want to ask, does Jared's voice bother anyone else? Because it makes me want to punch myself in the face. I'm sorry, but I just need him to, blow his nose for an hour straight, or can we get, a friggin' power washer up there? It just sounds like he's super congested, and it's killing me. And he's like, ugh. So Jared lets Ramsey know that he's planning on putting up Shari and Lavita. And Ramsey's just like, oh, phew. Because he is one of the 4 that voted for Kelsey to leave this week. And it's known that he was one of the 4. So it's good to hear that he's not going to be up on the block. So they agree that they want to work together, even though they're on opposite sides of the house right now. They want to use that to their advantage because it's good to have somebody on the other side looking out for you, watching your back. So they're like, yeah, I like you, man. Let's work together. So then Ramsey brings up Cassandra, which has kind of been the plan of that whole group to just try and get that target onto her back. He's trying to pin the 4th vote on her. It wasn't her. But I think it's interesting that Ramsey's kind of going along with that plan too. It seems like he's kind of playing both sides right now. So I'd be watching out for him. But it looks like last night we had our first Nicki Freakout of the season. Didn't see it personally because Big Brother was all, we're going to chop up these feeds and take away all the interesting stuff. So I was not able to find the actual video of it, but I'm getting some context here. Apparently, she was telling some of the house guests that she has this special contract where she's going to get special food from Big Brother that she requested, like almond milk and chocolate and bananas. And she was getting upset because, yes, they did put those items in the storage room, but then other people were eating all of them. So she's like, whoa, this is my food. What are you eating? Okay, so she was upset about that, but that wasn't even the big freak out. There's more later. So it looks like Lavita might already be giving up. What are you doing? Okay, so they didn't even have nominations yet at this point. I mean, it's pretty obvious that she's in trouble this week, but come on. How many times have we seen total flip-flops in this house? So, alright, so Lavita tells Shari, look, if the 2 of us are up on the block and I win the power of veto, I'm going to use it on you instead of myself. And Shari's just like, don't do that. What are you doing? Don't do that. Everybody's telling her, don't do that. And Lavita's just like, I don't care if I go home. I'm fine with it. If I win the power of veto, that's my decision to make. I'm sorry, but I hate when people get in that house and they're just like, you know what? I don't really care if I go home. You should care. Okay, so then it was time for the have-not room reveal. It's the little chapel of have-nots. And we already saw a picture of it before the season started, but it looks so much worse when you actually see people in there and you see it to scale, because those pews are so much tinier than I thought they were. I don't know if you could even lie down on that in the fetal position, really as tight as you possibly can, fetal position. So I think they're allowed to sleep on the floor, I'm pretty sure, because I don't see how they could actually sleep in those pews. You'd have to sit up and you would break your neck and it would just be awful. So nobody was really thrilled about that. I think it's a fun theme though, as far as have not room themes. You can have your fake trash bag wedding in there. And also, they don't know this yet, but Marsha the Moose is in there. Okay, so Joel is really paranoid that people are thinking that he was the 4th vote because somebody asked him about it, and then he was like, do you think they believed me? It definitely wasn't me. So he's worried that he might be nominated this week, and everyone's just like, Joel, you need to calm down. And I totally agree with them because he's not in any danger right now, and if he keeps this up, he could be causing problems for himself. So Tim, Cassandra, and Mitch are all trying to reassure him, and he's just like, do you think I should talk to Jared? What do I do? So speaking of Tim and Cassandra, the two of them have been bonding quite a bit. They've been chatting a whole lot. They had some game talk, and Cassandra was saying, look, Dallas was the 4th vote. I am like 99% sure. Ding, ding, ding. Somebody finally got it right. So she's like, I would like to see Dallas be the replacement nominee if one of the girls wins the power veto. And she's worried about Dallas because she thinks that he is going to come after them. There's definitely some bad blood between Cassandra and Dallas. So they're both after each other. And Tim is just like, oh yeah. Tim is freaking killing it on the feeds right now. He's hilarious to watch, but also I think he's playing a really good game so far because everyone is just like in awe of him. They all love him. He's so freaking charming, and I think he's got a really good head for strategy too. He's got a really good read on everybody, so I wouldn't be surprised if he stuck around really deep into the game, which I would love to see. Alright, so Cassandra was also upset because Dallas was like making fun of her apparently during the competition, and she was talking to him about it, and she's like, Dallas, I feel like you're coming after me now. Like, what's this all about? And Dallas was like, what? No way. And he apologized for being an a-hole. This is the type of guy that Dallas is. Today, he farted in a jar, and then they had someone smell it. Those are my leg warmers. I'm not getting into that. I just had to give you a little character there. So they also had the nominations last night, and as expected, she's like, those are my leg warmers. So Jared nominated Lavita and Shari as expected, and Lavita is like, yep, I'm ready to go home, whatever. She's still saying that she would use the POV on Shari. WTF, girl, you need to get it together and just like stop, because it's really annoying. So more about Nicki. She was bummed out last night. She was like, I'm so tired and I look so haggard and I really need sleep. So she was talking about how this is so different than BBUK. On BBUK, they don't vote each other out, so you can kind of just like have a good time, do what you want, but now, this is like very stressful for her. So she's really freaking tired. She says that she just needs a good night's sleep, but apparently she had more of a freak out that we didn't see because, again, Big Brother was like, we're going to block the feeds. Blah. So I don't know exactly what was going on, but then we see this clip of Mitch crying, saying that Nicki is unstable and it's upsetting to see because he feels like Big Brother is exploiting her. Whoa. Whoa. So I'm wondering what that's all about. But anyway, this morning they picked the Power Veto players, and they are Jared, his 2 nominees, Shari and Lavita, and 3 extra players, Mitch, Christine, and Phil. So after the players were drawn, the 2 nominees were talking about the situation, and they're not really sure that they're going to be able to sway any of those extra players to use the veto on them, and I would have to agree with that. Like, that cluster of people, they're not going to want to, like, stick their necks out there this early, especially for them. So Lavita gives it a try anyway. She's talking to Phil and Nick, the brothers, and they're just like, yeah, we're not going to, like, want to make a move at this point. So it's looking not good for them unless one of them could win the veto, which is totally possible. But it also seems like the tide could be turning a bit. At first, it seemed like everybody was after Lavita. They wanted to get rid of her. But now it seems like the majority wants Shari out this week. So, I mean, it's really early to say who's going to go. They didn't even play the POV yet. You never know who's going to win. And things could change. But that's what it's looking like right now. So, the Power Veto competition should be tonight. And I will have that and more for you tomorrow. So, until then, Much love.
Edit.